Grand Rising family, how are you guys doing this wonderful evening, Tuesday evening? I am doing pretty darn good. Other than I've been having some technical difficulties trying to work my systems and get this evening video out, so kind of had me a little discouraged, but nevertheless, I was able to work it out to get it fixed, and now I'm able to come on and complete my video. So I'm so thankful that I have have a husband that's technical here, and so I'm here, and I'm grateful. So I hope you guys had a wonderful day today. I had a beautiful day. I had a busy day today again, which busy is good. So, but I'm kind of winding down right now, and I am determined to come on here and get this content out to you tonight. So I'm going to go ahead, guys, and just get right into it. Um, what I wanted to talk to you about in this now moment, I want to talk about something that, well, an aspect of what the topic is I've not been hearing a lot of. And that's the main reason why I want to come on and talk about it. But the topic is the collapse. The collapse. I know many of you have been hearing about, hearing all of the things that they're saying are coming, all of the we could look at it as gloom and doom. I refuse to look at it as gloom and doom. I will not embrace that. But I will say that the things that we've been hearing, we have been hearing, many of us, for a very long time. And I've been out here about 7 years prepping for the just in case. How many of you guys know that sometimes we have work to do? We can't wait on everybody else to do it. A lot of people sit back and they'll say, well, I'm waiting, God gonna take care of it all. But sometimes God may want you to do your part. He may have some things that he want you to do. So however you believe, the universe, the Most High. But sometimes there are things that we need to do so that we can help prepare ourselves for whatever, may be coming. And so I'm just kind of generalizing now. But the topic is the collapse. The collapse, guys, is here right now. It is happening right now in this very now moment. And like I said, we can look at it as doom or gloom, or we can look at it, and the way that I look at it is it's a part of the transformation on the planet. It has to happen. It is divine. In order for this evil system to be revamped and torn down and revamped, and something else created that is more beneficial to this new world that we're entering, this old system has to crash. It has to go down. So, and it is written that it will. And so that is what's happening. So there has to be a collapse. And in this collapse, I'm understanding already there are record numbers of crime that is already taking place all across the world. And the local news, you're not going to see all of these atrocities on your local news, because these systems weren't created to give you all of the truth. So you're going to have to dig in and be in touch with sources that will give you this information, and because you need to know what's happening in your world. This is your world. And you're not going to get the information from Babylon News. I can just tell you, you'll get little bits and pieces, because they have to give you a little bit of the truth. But you will not be given the whole truth. That's just not how this system works. You guys should know that by now. So I'm going to give you whatever I get. I always tell you that. So I can say businesses are closing right now, banks are closing. um, I have been advising people for about 7 years to stock up on food. I've been advising people to stock up on water, buy your generators, buy your water purification systems, etc., etc., etc. So we should have already been doing these things. And granted, there's going to always be people that are not going to listen. I have even people, in my own families that they don't want to hear it. And they block it. I stopped a couple of years ago. I stopped sharing, because you can't force people to listen. You can't make people want to hear you. And even if me in my heart, I love my family. I love my friends. I love people. And I just have that nature of always wanting to protect. But people have free will. And I can't override their free will, guys. And I had to understand that. My husband had to tell me a couple of times, he'll say, baby, you can't make people want what you have, even if it's beneficial for them. You can't make them. So I had to get that in my head, and it's just that giving thing that I have inside of me. So, but there are going to be people who are not going to listen. There are going to be a lot of people who are not going to be ready, and as ready as we can get, whatever that means. And so there's nothing you can do about it, guys. But you have to prepare, or I would advise you to prepare. Um, but the thing that I have not heard much about is what I want to focus on mostly, and it is the kinds of evils that are coming. These kinds of times will bring unrest, will bring violence. Remember, you may have all that you need, but there are going to be people out there that's not going to be prepared. And it's going to bring, people are going to be hungry. And so what happens when people get desperate, when they get hungry and they don't have what they need to feed themselves or to feed them families? So what happens when that, what can potentially happen if that happens? The people get desperate. So I'll say, hopefully you are purchasing, or have already purchased your protection. You learn how to shoot. Get your guns. Get your ammo. Get healthy. Exercise. I'm gonna say learn how to fight. And I'm really serious. I'm not. I'm laughing. This is just my personality, but I'm really serious, guys. In order to prepare for what I'm understanding allegedly that's coming, and I can see it in motion. It's almost like it's folding into this space. But take some defense classes, guys. Prepare, because it appears it's going to get really, really rough, really, really, really rough. Food prices are still going up. I say get more. Buy your canned goods. Buy those foods. I say sardines, Vienna sausages. You're gonna have to, in a crisis, we tend to have to, eat things that we normally wouldn't eat that are not potentially healthy. But it's all about survival in these situations. So you just want to survive. And so you're gonna need to have foods that that have long shelf life. Get your generators, and I would suggest you purchase a generator for, what do you call them? A solar generators that powers up by the sun. Because if you have the other generator, which you can use them temporarily, but if you run out of fuel, how are you going to power them up? So I would recommend you look into getting a solar generator. And guys, a lot of this stuff, many of you I know have already done, because this information has been circulating for quite a while. So get your vitamins, your medical supplies. stock up on gold and silver for long term. You know, I can imagine at the end of these things, those that are us that are remain on this planet, you know, if the dollar is done, the dollar is gone, which is what they're saying is going to happen, we're going to need something to barter with. You know, we're going to need something that's, you know, that remains valuable, something that we can barter with. You know, so gold and silver and precious metals, land, you know, those assets that, you know, are not dissolving. I understand a man dashed gasoline on a homeless man. Um, I heard that someone um, beat a kid down to attack a kid with Down syndrome. So people are becoming vicious. They're becoming mean-hearted and just downright evil in these times. You know, people are desperate. You know, jobs are going out. Companies are closing. People are being laid off. People are walking away from jobs. It's a beautiful time to be alive, believe it or not. You know, and there's a lot of information to back that, you know, back that comment up. But, you know, actually these things too are what's taking place. So we were leaving the old world, and many of us are going into the new world. But this crash has to happen, and the evils are not happy about it because their time is up. So in this collapse, we're going to have to find a way to survive. And that's just the bottom line, guys. And I see too many of our people not taking it serious. I do. I've heard people say, I'm not, you know, I keep hearing, I'm not giving in to the gloom and doom. And I don't think, you know, I'm not giving into the gloom and doom either. But I am also being realistic. And I believe that we should be realistic. You can do what you want to do, but this is just what I would suggest. Um, so when people get desperate, if they can't feed their families, what do you think they're gonna do, guys? If they didn't stock up like you did, you know, where are they gonna go? Where are they gonna come? They're going to go looking for people who did stock up, for people who did prepare. You know, I can imagine they would be coming, knocking on those doors. And if they're in desperation, of course, and they got family to feed, they're going to be belligerent. They're going to, you know, as far as probably take it from you. And if you're not prepared to deal with that, to protect your home and protect your family, you know, that's not going to go well at all. So I want to tell you guys, I am a realist. I am. I look at things the way they are. You know, and I wasn't always necessarily this way. You know, I kind of floated in the middle for a while. But life has taught me, has transformed me into this person that I look around, and whatever I see what I see. And I don't try to play it down or pretend that I don't see it. I see it. And now that my first eye, which some would call third eye, but I call it my first eye, is wide open, I see a whole lot that I used to never think it was this, could see it. I mean, it was there. It was here. I see so much now. And it's really, it's a good thing, because when your eyes are open, when your first eye are open, I say your first eye is open, you get to see all those things that previously you could not see. And all those things that a lot of people still don't see. But it affords you to be able to protect yourself in a much deeper way. So I see, guys. I see. And so the main thing is you gotta realize the collapse is happening right now, guys. Like I say, banks are closing, businesses are closing, people are being terminated from their jobs, people are walking away from their jobs. It's the biggest event. it's a precedent, really, the biggest event that will probably ever take place on this planet. And this has never happened before. Understand, it's never happened before. So we can't say for sure exactly how things are going to turn out. We just don't know. We have nothing to base it on. There's not anything that has happened before that's going to be anything like what's going to take place. And even though we can't be totally specific, there's enough information out here to tell us that it's not going to be good. And so the most that we can do is prepare the best that we can. And I'm telling you guys, prepare. If you haven't went out and bought these items, these food items and your water and and I'll also say this. It may come down to it where we might have to flee our homes. We have to flee our homes. We're going to need camper type items, tents, first aid items, flashlights. Do your research, guys. There are a lot of content creators out here that are talking about this. The thing that they're not talking about is when the people that didn't prepare or take to the streets, because I anticipate that highly probable being what happens when they come to become desperate and come and they need to feed their families. You need to be prepared to protect your family and protect your home. And so that's the part that I'm just not hearing a lot about. I am not hearing people talk about that part of it. And that to me is just as important, if not more important, than all of the other things that we have to pay attention to. So too, guys, when you're out amongst people out, in society, pay attention. Turn off your phones. Focus. Watch everybody. If you're in a building, watch everybody that comes in. Watch how they move. How they behave. I'm one of those people, I don't like to stare people in the eyes. When you do, though, you can tell a whole lot about them usually, especially if your eyes are really open. But I kind of, I kind of don't like, I'm not comfortable doing that. But pay attention, guys. Watch everybody. We're in some very trying times. And my understanding is not going to get any better no time soon. It's supposed to get worse. So we've got to be ready. Get your guns. Go to the firing range. Practice shooting. Learn how to load your guns, your weapons. Get some exercise. Like I say, take some taekwondo or some kind of defense class. Start getting ready, guys, and just be realistic. Be realistic about what's taking place on this planet. It's been predicted for a very long time. And I'm going to tell you, you don't have to hit me in the head with a brick. I'm one of those that if there's enough information out there that I'm not going to argue with anybody. But I will tell you this, again, not everybody's going to prepare. Not everybody's going to listen. And there are going to be people who are going to go out at the very last minute. There's always people that are moving the last minute, that'll procrastinate. And they go out there and everything is, the prices are going up. But they're going to go out there at the last minute and you don't want to be caught in that either. And I can foresee that coming real soon where the stores are going to be packed. The shelves are already starting to be depleted. So family, all of these things are so, so important. We are really in some trying times. And I'm going to suggest to bond with your families. For those families that are, that are open to coming together with one another. It's so important that we help each other. I truly believe, and I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to wind down and go ahead and close out. But I remember a time back in the 70s, to be specific, when we were a family. The community was a family. And we were a family inside of a family, and we loved one another. You couldn't come into my community where when I was growing up and fight nobody and bother anybody, because the whole community would rise up. I remember those days. I miss those days so much. And with what's transpiring on the planet now, I just know in my heart, without a doubt, we are going back to that. It's going to be rough getting there, but we are going back to being a whole family. And so right now, there's a lot of torment going on amongst people. I see it. There's people that are being exposed. You know, the evil in them is being exposed, even in our own families. You know, amongst our friends. So there are going to be people that are not going to move in the way that they should. They're not going to come together. They're just not going to do it. But those of you who get it and can find the love in your heart, and you understand what it's going to take to have a chance to survive this, get with your families, guys. Bond together. And it may even be that you may have to move in one house, you know, because when you in one house, then you've got more power, you know, and you can help. If it comes down to it, you can help protect each other. You know, put together what you have, the food, you know, and supplies you have, and just help each other, guys. Because we're going back to that. We just got to get through this, you know, this really, you know, bad period. I say it's bad times. You know, I don't like to use bad, but we got to get through these times. Just let me put it like that. And so we're going to end up, you know, because something has to fix this situation. And that's what's happening. You know, the planet Earth is revamping. You know, Mother Gaia is fixing this planet. You know, the universe and the Most High. So it has to happen, but we got to get through this first. And so you got to come together and you got to help each other, guys. We have to do it. We have to. And you know, my husband and I, we're very giving people, and our family know that they are welcome. You know, whether they, you know, take advantage of it, it's nothing we can do to make them do that. But they know they're welcome because they know our hearts, and that's all that we can do. So, guys, I just wanted to come on and do this, give you this content, give you this, because, like I said, a lot of people are not talking about the part, you know, the part that's going to get really chaotic in, you know, in the streets, and, you know, you know, the risk that we're going to be up against with people that are out there that didn't prepare. I don't hear people talking about that, but I'm going to talk about it, guys, and this probably won't be the last, because that's just as important as I said before. So, guys, prepare, 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 prepare. I cannot say it enough. I've seen this coming for many years, and I've been talking about it for many years. So I'm going to say again, prepare, guys, for this. And you know, hang in there, but continue to keep your head up, though, and keep your heart open, and don't let anything change you from being that beautiful soul that you are, that I know you all are. So, and I'm thankful that you took the time to sit and, you know, sit through this whole video. I appreciate you for that, guys. I'm going to go ahead and sign out. If you want to add anything to the comments, send me a message, an email. If there's anything else you want me to talk about in upcoming videos, I always welcome, you know, feedback from you guys. I appreciate it so much. Because remember, we're all in this together. We are learning together. And we are a family, and that's what family do. We have each other's back. So I appreciate you so much. I'm going to go ahead and sign out. I'm going to say assalamu alaikum to you. I'm going to say shalom, namaste, ashe, ashe, and ashe. As I always say, keep your chin up. Get your sun. Hug somebody, guys. In these times, there are people out there that really need a hug. So hug somebody, guys. You will be blessed for that. Again, I thank you very much. I love you very much. As I always say, you my family, you my peeps. And until next time, peace be unto you. And I will talk to you later.